Hi, how you doing, Michael
Hey,
Watson?
good afternoon, Ebony.
Um, I brought you in today for an interview. I'm supposed to use someone from OLSP, but since you have a business, then I'm going to use just the business aspects to help the
Okay.
audience.
Okay.
So, starting with the first question, how did you become into business with landscaping, and how long were you in business with landscaping?
Um, I came into I say the landscaping game 5 years ago. And I started it pretty much, I want to say, after the COVID really kind of left. Um, and pretty much I'm still in it still to this day in 2026.
Okay. Um, how do you balance life, being a landscaper and taking action?
Um, that's a good question. Um, Pretty much, keep my focus. I got a tight schedule, so pretty much make sure my schedule is from in the morning to around like 6 o'clock. So when I get up and I'm at work, it's just like you punching in a normal job. You got to remain focused, paying attention to what you got going on. Get your 8, 10 hours in a day where you can be able to have time with your family and everything after that and do things or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because who wants to be working all night for 8, 9 hours and you hardly see your family? So I pretty much pick a good shift that works for me in between schedules with my family and friends or whatnot and everything else.
Right, time management.
Right,
It's
pretty much.
always good to have good time management when it comes to your business.
Correct.
So, what was your first win with your landscaping company?
I would say my first win came in within a month of me basically, putting myself out there, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get business and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? So I made a pretty, nice amount of money on that monthly return after I basically put in a lot of footwork to be able to, you know, create some job mobility for myself.
That's good. And how long did that happen after that? Did you have the next one?
Um, I will say it's pouring in from maybe like 2 weeks to 3 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Because me doing certain jobs are, a little longer than others, or sometimes it be, it could play in and be a day, you know what I'm saying? If the person or the company is willing to pay me that same day or whatnot, or they want to, carry out a little monthly or 2 week contract or something with my landscaping company.
Okay. And what type of content did you create to not come off scammy? You don't want to
Um,
sound like spam or scams.
okay. Pretty much, yeah, I understand. Basically putting myself in some videos of me doing my work and everything of my landscaping business, and basically, you know what I'm saying, my location where I'm based out at, and you know what I'm saying, doing a lot of screenshots, and you know what I'm saying, because now they got this AI, so you know what I'm saying. I want to make it look authentic to the companies and the people that I actually do this work, and it's me actually that's on the ground, boots on the ground, and it basically helps me, you know, get my job name out there, Rosetta Landscaping out there a lot more better.
Okay. So, how do you stay focused in a world full of distractions?
Um, well, basically playing it safe because of the tools and everything that I use are dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I got chainsaw, lawnmower, weed whacker, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Always have your safety glasses and everything else on, your vest and all of that. To, basically keep you safe if it is any distractions that might come my way or whatnot. I'm already focused. I'm always in safety mode. So I'm always paying attention and being aware. So always being aware is always the best thing for your safety. So if you do have any distractions, regardless of whatever they may be, you can be able to detect them, see them, and be able to be safe and play it safe. So, you know what I'm saying? It can be anything, but basically staying focused.
Okay. Um, what was the most unexpected commission that you've ever earned?
Um, I made 10 grand in one month. doing a landscaping job. It was a tree removal service job that I had to do. Had to cut down trees and, you know what I'm saying, cut them up and then be able to, you know, take them where they needed to go, haul them off and everything else. But I want to say that was the biggest job I had that came at me at that one time. It was 10 grand.
So when that happened, how did that make you feel? I know you probably felt
Uh,
like you hit the lottery or something.
I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, because I think that was I want to say second or third job by me going into my landscaping business. So that kind of was a big deal to me. And I felt up there. I'm like, yeah, okay, you know, this is working, you know, and you got your ups and downs, but I'm like, okay, I can get with that, you know. So yeah, it
And
was 10 grand.
what type of content did you use to promote that to get that type of um, that type of results? And did you use that same, content again to try to get those same results?
Yes, because you know people do want to see your work. They want to see actually what you do. Sometimes, you know, if you could be able to, you know, what I'm saying, that you can't forget not to basically put yourself out there to the point where either videotaping yourself or someone, you know, basically watching you do these things yourself. You know what I'm saying? The content that I'm creating is me actually working, doing what I love to do. So, you know what I'm saying, that'll give the other companies and people, you know what I'm saying, the chance to be able to see my work, because some people need to see your work. Just because you say you do it or whatever, okay, let us see a few pictures, let us see a few videos, let us, you know what I'm saying, so they can understand exactly what you're doing and you know what you're doing and how to do it. So, you know, yeah, most definitely I use that content.
Right. And that's the way that we always get advanced in OLSP as well. We always
Okay.
try to use, well, that's what Wayne teaches. We try to use
Okay.
our pictures. You try to use yourself more than anything to promote
Right.
your business instead of
Correct.
just throwing something out to somebody and they like, well, who is this?
Correct.
And what is that?
Right. Right.
I
Right.
don't,
Correct.
so
Hey,
when
right.
you build your trust with people, then
Hmm.
you get the chance to get people to say, "Oh, I know who that is. I see them all the time. She got the such and such."
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, more correct.
Uh,
Yeah.
let's see what's next. What's the biggest fear when you
Mm.
started out, and was it justified?
Um, I would say the biggest fear of I felt to myself was basically, you know, like, you know, what I put myself out there. What if I don't get no business? What if nobody really, you know what I'm saying, want to give me a shot, give me a chance or whatever? But that was kind of one of my, kind of made me scared a little bit to put myself out there all the way. But I'm like, well, scared money don't make money. So, you know what I'm saying? I have to basically swallow that. And you know what I'm saying? Because who don't? You know what I'm saying? You know, you meeting different people. You got to learn how to talk to people. You got to learn how to sell yourself. You know what I'm saying? And your brand and your company. So, you know, that sometimes, you know, scares a lot of people, put fear in them. But you got to go out there. You got to put yourself out there. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Okay. How did you find your first customer?
Basically, my first time I walked in a gas station and you know, they needed their gas cut and everything else, and I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, I do landscaping, tree removal, and everything else, and all of that. And the guy basically he was like, oh yeah, I was like, yeah, because you know what I'm saying, I'm in a landscaping, you know. This is my company. It's called Rosetta Landscaping. So he's like, okay, okay. So he gave me a shot. I cut that first line, and after that, we grew on a partnership. He had different other contracts and other gas stations he's owned, so he let me cut them and then do some of the, you know what I'm saying, the basically removal of things that, you know, put a lot of good money in my pocket. But that was my first.
Okay. And did you use that same content again to promote, to try to make
Oh
that
yeah,
same commission over? Okay.
yeah,
Did it work
correct.
for you?
It off and on, you know what I'm saying? You know, some people, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot different, you know what I'm saying, than just like walking in a gas station. Like say you are selling yourself to people and companies, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it works, sometimes I had to switch it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But it worked overall because they see my work and they seen me do what I do. So of course, you know, it was more helper than anything, not being a failure like that to me, wasn't like that.
Okay. What was one thing that's easier than you thought it would be?
Excuse me. I say one thing that's easier than I thought it would be is basically me getting past the fear of basically not putting myself out there. So basically, that was really the one. You know what I'm saying? And it was more easier me putting myself out there, selling myself because I'm like, hey, I got a brand I got to put out here. You know what I'm saying? I got a company I'm trying to get on the move. You know what I'm saying? So automatically it got a lot more easier to me, but it was more easier than I thought. You know what I'm saying? That was just me being in fear of people probably not giving me a chance and an opportunity. But pretty much that's really what came easy. Basically being myself and selling myself and my brand was really that was really on my mind, dedicated to it.
And it was easier than you thought it was going to be
Correct.
promoting yourself.
Hmm.
What's the biggest opportunity in an online business right now? What would you consider would be a great opportunity, even if it's not online, but just business aspects?
Um, like I said, first thing is first, having your brand, having your company, having something that you basically love to do, like to do, if it's hair, nails, or whatever. That's the biggest thing, online that you can basically promote yourself is best because you can reach more than, what I'm saying, just people, a lot of corporations and things of that nature. So yeah, pretty much that's like whatever your passion is, that's what I would say.
Yeah, because it seemed like when you go with a niche or when you go with something that you like the most, would make you more
Hmm.
comfortable with actually going out there
Hmm.
to make money or promote anything
Right.
before
Correct.
you even put yourself on the line to show your face.
Mhm.
It always something that you feel more comfortable with.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I definitely agree with you.
And what advice could you give to the audience when it comes to running a business?
Always basically give yourself a breakdown of how to basically orchestrate your business and your skills and your abilities and everything else of promoting your brand and your company. It's just basically, stay focused, stay solid on the things that you want people to understand about you and the work that you do and you know what I'm saying, the labor that you push out. Them are key things for you to, what I'm saying, keep yourself aware of selling yourself and selling your brand to people that you want them to respect your name, respect your brand, but you gotta actually break down certain tools and things that you are doing and what you're using, and the tools that you're using, you know how to utilize them. So basically, always having your mind, hey, this is my brand, this is my company, and then show people and let people know what you do, and you successful from there. There's no way you can
Okay.
miss.
Okay. And what's your big why that makes you unstoppable at what you do?
Selling my brand, selling my company, basically selling myself. Being on top of that is the most and the best thing that you can do. First step, rule number one is basically getting yourself out there and protecting your brand, but letting people know this is the great work that I do. And by working with me, you know what I'm saying, and my company, we can bring a lot, to the table to where, you know what I'm saying, hey, we do this job as best safe for everybody and it looks great. So you know what I'm saying? That is the rule number one why right there for me.
Okay. Okay. Like with OLSP, we have a lot of people that come and have businesses, and they would use the marketing information to help
Mhm,
promote their business even more. So, have
mhm.
you ever used other tools or anything outside of the regular way that you promote your business? Do you use other tools in that matter?
Um, I would say pretty much the the tools that I use to market my business is me. Um, I feel that was the best tool unless
So
I get
you
with a company. Go ahead, go
okay?
ahead.
So you don't use Facebook, TikTok, Instagram.
Oh, as far as
flyers,
promoting
business
my business,
cards?
oh, oh yeah, as far as promoting my business, yeah. I misheard the question. Yeah, most definitely use Facebook, Instagram to promote my business. Great tools to be using with them, you know what I'm saying? Because you reach out a lot more people, a lot more people see your work. And like I say, you're online. You know what I'm saying? And being online is a great tool to have because you can when I started off, it was just mouth, you know what I'm saying, word of mouth, like, hey, how you doing and this and that and everything else. Now that I'm on a bigger platform on like the internet and everything else and Facebook, I can, promote myself better and have more people looking at my work than, you know what I'm saying, just me out there just going, house to house, company to company. So, you know what I'm saying, they get to understanding of who I am online a lot more better. Yes, most definitely. Them the two do use though.
Okay. And what would be uh, something that you can leave with the audience that they can take with them from here on out?
Trust yourself, trust your brand, and have a passion for what you love to do. Don't let nobody discard you. Don't let nobody, tell you, hey, you ain't good at it. You ain't, what I'm saying, give it all, give it your all, try your best. And if you love yourself, you love your brand, and you honest with your brand, then always, always protect your brand. Always. Because that's your name. All you have is your name, your word and everything. That's all you have.
Okay. And when you say your brand, in which way do you mean that though?
Well, like I said, like my company name is Rosetta Landscaping, so that is my brand. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a company, you say it's Ebony's Baked Cake House or something like that, that's your brand. Bringing the people, that's what you want people to understand. Your brand is your name and your company's name. That's your brand. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you decide you want to call your brand, your name, or whatever it could be, just as long as you protect your brand and that's your name. So you got to have stand by your name, which we respect, honor, and being able to let people know, hey, I'm solid, I'm truthful, and this is what you're getting if you're dealing with me. So yes, that's what I would tell people. If you're gonna get in a business, protect your brand and put your brand out there and let people know your brand stands for something.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you, Michael, for having you on here today.
Oh, you're welcome.
I look forward to you, bringing more business to yourself and more money to yourself. And I wish you a
You
good
too.
day. Thank you.
Elton.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate talking to you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Goodbye.